You can have the best idea in the world, the best product, or the most intelligent financial strategy ever created. But if you choose the wrong people to walk beside you, everything you build can collapse faster than you ever imagined. Wealth is not built only on intelligence or opportunity. It is built on the quality of the people you allow into your circle. For thousands of years, successful individuals have understood a powerful truth. Your environment shapes your destiny. The people you partner with, the people you trust, and the people you spend your time with can either accelerate your growth or quietly destroy everything you are trying to build. History has shown that those who preserve and multiply wealth are extremely selective about who they associate with. They do not choose partners based only on enthusiasm, friendship, or convenience. They choose carefully, patiently, and strategically, because they understand something most people learn too late. One wrong partnership can cost years of effort, energy, and financial stability. There are 5 types of people who quietly destroy wealth. 5 personalities that can turn success into failure in a surprisingly short amount of time. 5 profiles that many people unknowingly allow into their lives, not realizing the damage until it is already too late. And here is the uncomfortable truth. You probably already know some of them. They may be in your close circle. They may be among your friends. They may even be within your own family. These individuals do not always appear dangerous at first. In fact, some of them may seem harmless, supportive, or even intelligent. But over time, their mindset, habits, and behavior begin to influence your decisions, your motivation, and your ability to build long-term success. Today, you're going to discover these 5 types of people. You will learn how to recognize them. You will understand why wealthy individuals refuse to associate with them. And most importantly, you will see how avoiding these personalities can dramatically improve your chances of building lasting wealth. But before we begin, there is something important you should know. The 4th person on this list is the most dangerous of all. This is the personality that has destroyed more fortunes than any economic crisis, any market crash, or any bad investment. And the most surprising part is that this person is often the hardest to identify, so make sure you stay until the end, because understanding this one insight alone could completely change your financial future. For many years, scholars, investors, and entrepreneurs have studied the principles that allowed certain communities and individuals to prosper through difficult times, economic uncertainty, and historical challenges. One lesson appears again and again. Wealth is not only about money, it is about mindset, discipline, and the people you choose to walk with. The first type of person successful individuals never associate with is the chronic complainer. You probably know someone like this. Someone who constantly complains but never takes action. According to them, everything is unfair. The economy is broken. Opportunities do not exist. Their boss is incompetent. Their family does not understand them. The system is against them. There is always a problem, always an excuse, and always someone else to blame. But what you will rarely hear from this person is a solution. Successful individuals avoid chronic complainers because negativity is contagious. When you spend enough time around someone who constantly complains, you begin to see the world through their lens. Opportunities start to look like risks. Challenges begin to feel like barriers. Instead of thinking about solutions, you begin to focus on excuses. A chronic complainer rarely builds anything meaningful because their energy is spent explaining why success is impossible instead of finding ways to make it happen. Over time, this mindset quietly weakens ambition, creativity, and determination. Consider a simple example. 2 individuals decide to launch a business together. One is focused on solutions. The other constantly complains. When they face their first obstacle, the solution-focused partner begins exploring alternatives, testing ideas, and adapting. The complainer immediately lists all the reasons why it will not work. The market is too competitive. Customers are too demanding. The timing is not right. The economy is uncertain. Months pass. One partner continues searching for ways forward. The other continues explaining why progress is impossible. Eventually, the solution-focused partner decides to continue alone. Over time, the business grows, adapts, and succeeds. Meanwhile, the chronic complainer is still waiting for the perfect moment, still explaining why success is unlikely. This pattern happens more often than most people realize. You can identify a chronic complainer by listening carefully to how they talk about their life. Do they speak about what they plan to build, or do they constantly explain why they cannot move forward? Do they search for solutions, or do they search for excuses? Do they take responsibility, or do they blame circumstances? If every conversation revolves around problems, unfairness, and limitations, you are dealing with a chronic complainer. And building wealth alongside this mindset becomes extremely difficult. The second type of person successful individuals avoid is the compulsive spender. This person is often easy to recognize. They may earn a good income, but they never seem to have money. Every time they receive income, it disappears quickly. New gadgets, luxury purchases, expensive dinners, fashionable clothing, and constant lifestyle upgrades become their priority. Their focus is on appearing successful rather than becoming successful. The danger of associating with a compulsive spender is simple. If someone cannot manage their personal finances, it becomes very difficult for them to manage shared financial responsibilities. Building wealth requires patience, discipline, and long-term thinking. A compulsive spender operates on short-term gratification. Imagine you build a business with someone who spends impulsively. The business generates profit. You want to reinvest the majority of earnings to grow operations, expand services, or improve infrastructure. Your partner, however, wants immediate rewards: a new car, luxury experiences, or personal purchases. Suddenly, your visions no longer align. Conflict begins. Growth slows. The partnership weakens. Wealth is often built through delayed gratification. Those who prioritize immediate pleasure frequently sacrifice long-term success. That is why successful individuals pay close attention to how potential partners handle their personal finances. You can identify a compulsive spender by observing their lifestyle. Do they live beyond their means? Do they always own the latest products but have no savings? Do they talk more about buying than building? Do they prioritize appearance over stability? If the answer is yes, maintaining distance in business relationships becomes a wise decision. The third type of person successful individuals avoid is the permanent pessimist. Unlike the chronic complainer, the pessimist does not necessarily blame others. Instead, they simply do not believe success is possible. Every idea appears risky. Every opportunity seems unrealistic. Every plan sounds unlikely to succeed. They present fear as wisdom and doubt as realism. They often describe themselves as cautious, but their caution prevents action entirely. Building wealth requires belief. Belief that effort can lead to progress. Belief that calculated risks can create opportunity. Belief that the future can be improved through action. The pessimist struggles with this belief. As a result, they hesitate, delay, and avoid opportunities. Even worse, their constant doubt can slowly influence those around them. Over time, their skepticism weakens confidence and reduces bold decision-making. There is an important distinction between prudence and pessimism. A prudent person analyzes risks and searches for ways to manage them. A pessimist analyzes risks to justify doing nothing. Prudence leads to calculated action. Pessimism leads to paralysis. And in business, inaction is often the most expensive mistake of all. Successful individuals are not pessimistic. They are cautious, thoughtful, and strategic, but they never lose their belief in possibility. They evaluate risks carefully, yet they still believe that success is achievable. This distinction is extremely important because many people confuse caution with pessimism. But in reality, they are completely different mindsets. A cautious person studies the risks so they can move forward intelligently. A pessimistic person studies the risks so they can justify not moving forward at all. One mindset builds wealth, the other quietly prevents it. This is why successful individuals pay close attention to how someone reacts to new ideas. When you propose an opportunity, observe their first instinct. Do they immediately begin exploring how it could work, or do they instantly list reasons why it will fail? Do they ask constructive questions, or do they dismiss the idea entirely? This reaction reveals far more than intelligence or experience. It reveals mindset. And mindset determines whether someone will help you grow or hold you back. If every new idea is met with doubt, hesitation, and negativity, you are dealing with a permanent pessimist. Over time, this mindset becomes dangerous. Because even if you begin with confidence, constant exposure to pessimism weakens your belief. It plants seeds of doubt. It slows decision-making. It creates hesitation where speed and courage are required. Never allow someone who does not believe in possibility to control any part of your financial future, because wealth is rarely built without calculated risks, and pessimists avoid risk entirely. As a result, they avoid opportunity as well. The fourth type of person successful individuals never associate with is the most dangerous of all: the dishonest individual. Unlike the complainer, the spender, or the pessimist, the dishonest person is often difficult to identify at first. They do not always lie in obvious ways. Their dishonesty is subtle. They exaggerate small details. They omit certain facts. They adjust the truth when it benefits them. They make promises they do not truly intend to keep. At first, they often appear charming, persuasive, and intelligent. They know how to say exactly what you want to hear. They make you feel understood. They make you feel valued. They may even appear generous and supportive. This is precisely why they are so dangerous, because dishonesty rarely appears as a large betrayal in the beginning. It starts with small inconsistencies, small exaggerations, small broken promises, and because these issues seem minor, they are often ignored or excused. But small lies rarely remain small. Over time, they grow. Small distortions of truth become large manipulations. Small broken promises become major betrayals. And by the time the pattern becomes clear, significant damage has often already occurred. Successful individuals understand that trust is the foundation of every successful partnership. Without trust, every decision becomes difficult. Every agreement becomes fragile. Every opportunity becomes risky. There are communities where business operates almost entirely on trust. Transactions involving enormous value are completed quickly because trust eliminates friction. Deals move faster. Partnerships form easily. Opportunities expand naturally. But dishonesty destroys this entire structure. One dishonest individual can poison relationships, create suspicion, and break long-standing partnerships. This is why successful individuals maintain zero tolerance for dishonesty, not because they are unforgiving, but because they understand the long-term cost of compromised trust. Once trust is broken, it is extremely difficult to rebuild. And in business, time lost rebuilding trust often equals opportunities lost forever. Another reason the dishonest person is so dangerous is that they often appear competent. They may even deliver results initially. This creates an illusion of reliability, but behind the surface, inconsistencies accumulate. Financial records become unclear, agreements become vague, responsibilities become blurred. Eventually, problems surface. And when they do, the damage is often significant. Businesses collapse. Partnerships dissolve, friendships end, financial losses follow. You can identify dishonesty by paying close attention to patterns of behavior. Observe how someone speaks about past partners. Do they always blame others for past failures? Do they exaggerate their achievements while minimizing mistakes? Do they frequently change their version of events? Notice how they treat people who are not present. If someone speaks negatively about everyone behind their backs, it often indicates a lack of integrity. Pay attention to small lies, even those that seem insignificant, because character is revealed in small moments, not just large ones. Someone who lies about minor issues will likely lie about major ones when the stakes are higher. This is not about circumstances, it is about character. Successful individuals often follow a simple principle: trust but verify. Before entering any partnership, they research carefully. They speak to previous partners, they examine track records, they look for consistency between words and actions. And at the first sign of dishonesty, they step away immediately, because protecting trust is protecting wealth. The fifth type of person successful individuals avoid is the envious individual. This person is particularly subtle. On the surface, they appear supportive. They congratulate you. They say they are happy for your success. But underneath, your progress makes them uncomfortable. Your growth reminds them of their own lack of progress. Your success feels like a comparison they did not ask for. This creates quiet resentment. When you succeed, they minimize your achievement. They attribute it to luck. They claim the situation was easy for you. They suggest external factors played the biggest role. But when you struggle, they appear strangely calm, even relieved. Your difficulty restores balance in their mind. Envy is extremely dangerous in partnerships because it transforms collaboration into competition. Instead of working together to grow, the envious partner becomes focused on maintaining equality, even if that means limiting growth. In some cases, envy leads to subtle sabotage, delayed decisions, lack of cooperation, quiet resistance, opportunities ignored, projects slowed. Not because they want to fail, but because they do not want you to succeed more than them. This is the destructive nature of envy. It prefers shared mediocrity over unequal success. Successful individuals believe something very different. They believe wealth is not limited. They believe another person's success does not reduce their own opportunity. In fact, they understand that surrounding yourself with successful individuals increases your own chances of growth. But the envious individual does not see it this way. For them, your victory feels like their loss. And this mindset eventually affects decisions, behavior, and partnerships. You can identify an envious person by observing their reactions to success. Not just your success, but the success of others. Do they celebrate genuinely, or do they quickly shift the conversation? Do they express admiration, or do they find subtle ways to criticize? Listen carefully to how they speak about successful individuals. If they frequently dismiss achievements, question motives, or downplay accomplishments, envy may be present. Also observe how they respond to your progress. Do they encourage you, or do they become distant? Do they support your ideas, or do they quietly resist? Do they seem energized by your growth, or uncomfortable with it? Because the people who truly belong in your circle are those who celebrate your progress, encourage your ambition, and grow alongside you. Those who are threatened by your growth will eventually slow your journey. And when building wealth, the people around you matter just as much as the opportunities in front of you. Now observe carefully how people react to your success. This is one of the most revealing tests of character and one of the most powerful ways to identify envy. When you share good news, pay attention to their first reaction. Do they genuinely celebrate with you, or do they quickly change the subject? Do they ask enthusiastic questions, wanting to understand your journey, your strategy, and your growth? Or do they immediately look for weaknesses, risks, or reasons why your success might not last? These subtle reactions reveal more than words ever could. Watch how they speak about the success of others as well. Do they admire and learn from successful people, or do they criticize and diminish them? Do they express curiosity and respect, or do they quickly attribute success to luck, privilege, or unfair advantages? Envy cannot hide forever. It eventually appears in tone, in body language, in small remarks, and in subtle comparisons. It reveals itself through sarcasm, hesitation, or uncomfortable silence when others succeed. And when you detect envy, you must be extremely careful, because an envious partner will never fully commit to your shared success. Deep down, they are conflicted. They want progress, but they do not want you to rise higher than them. This internal conflict eventually influences their decisions, their actions, and their commitment. Over time, this becomes dangerous, because building wealth requires trust, collaboration, and shared ambition. But envy transforms collaboration into quiet competition. It turns teamwork into tension. It replaces encouragement with silent resistance. An envious partner may not openly sabotage your success, but their lack of enthusiasm, delayed decisions, and subtle negativity can slow growth significantly. They may hesitate to support your ideas. They may resist bold decisions. They may hold back when speed and unity are needed most. And in business, hesitation often costs more than failure. This is why successful individuals carefully choose people who celebrate growth, encourage ambition, and genuinely want to see everyone succeed. Because when you surround yourself with individuals who are secure, confident, and supportive, success multiplies naturally. Now, let us recap the 5 types of people successful individuals avoid. The first is the chronic complainer. This is the person who constantly complains about circumstances but never takes responsibility for change. Their negativity is contagious, and over time, it weakens motivation, creativity, and ambition. The second is the compulsive spender. This is the individual who cannot manage their own money. If they cannot protect their personal finances, they will not protect shared wealth either. Their short-term thinking conflicts with long-term wealth building. The third is the permanent pessimist. This person does not believe in possibility. They reject ideas before they are tested. They avoid risks entirely, and in doing so, they avoid opportunities as well. The fourth is the dishonest individual. This is the most dangerous of all. Dishonesty destroys trust, and trust is the foundation of every successful partnership. Small lies eventually lead to large betrayals, and by the time the truth emerges, significant damage has already been done. The fifth is the envious individual. This person does not truly want you to succeed. They may appear supportive on the surface, but internally, your growth makes them uncomfortable. Over time, this mindset quietly undermines collaboration and slows progress. These 5 types of people have destroyed more fortunes than economic crises, more partnerships than bad investments, and more opportunities than bad timing. Because while you can recover from financial losses, recovering from the influence of the wrong people is far more difficult. You can survive a difficult economy if you are surrounded by the right individuals. But you cannot build lasting wealth if you are surrounded by the wrong ones. This is why successful individuals are extremely selective about their inner circle. Not out of arrogance, not out of exclusion, but out of protection. Protection of their vision, protection of their energy, protection of what they are building. There is a powerful wisdom that has been repeated across generations. Show me the people you walk with, and I will show you where you are going. Now, you know who to avoid. The real question is whether you have the courage to look around your own life and identify these individuals. Some of them may be longtime friends. Some may be family members. Some may even be current business partners. This is not easy. Creating distance from familiar relationships is emotionally challenging, but building wealth requires difficult decisions. It requires clarity. It requires discipline not only in money, but in relationships. You do not need to create conflict. You do not need to confront them aggressively. You do not need to declare anything publicly. Instead, you quietly adjust your boundaries. You limit their access to your time, your ideas, your plans, and your financial decisions. You protect what you are building. You begin surrounding yourself with people who believe in growth. People who are honest. People who celebrate your progress. People who challenge you constructively. People who genuinely want to see you succeed. This is the deeper wisdom behind long-term wealth. It is not only about knowing what to do with money, it is about knowing who to build with. Because wealth grows faster when trust is strong, when ambition is shared, and when your environment supports your vision. And from this moment forward, you have a choice. You can continue allowing anyone into your circle, or you can become intentional, selective, and strategic, because your future wealth is not only determined by your decisions, but also by the people influencing those decisions. Protect your circle, protect your vision, protect your future. And if this message resonated with you, if it made you reflect on your environment, and if you are serious about building lasting wealth and financial independence, then this is only the beginning. Subscribe to Unlimited Wealth Awakening and join a community dedicated to growth, discipline, and financial transformation. Like this video so more people can discover these powerful insights. Share it with someone who is serious about building wealth and protecting their future. And most importantly, leave a comment below and tell me which of these 5 personalities you have encountered in your life. Your experience may help someone else recognize what they need to change. If you are ready to continue your journey, I invite you to watch the next videos in the Unlimited Wealth Awakening playlist, where we dive deeper into timeless wealth principles, financial intelligence, and strategies that help you build lasting prosperity. Your journey toward wealth is not a single step, it is a continuous awakening. And the more you learn, the stronger your future becomes. Until next time, may wisdom guide your decisions, may discipline strengthen your actions, and may every step you take bring you closer to lasting wealth and abundance.